Well, hello everyone. It's me, Dan Jones. It's been forever since I've been on the channel. Well, besides the co-op stuff with Dan, but it's been a hot minute since I've done a solo playthrough on the channel, and I've been itching to do, something. I've got a few things that I think I might visit, but this was the first one that popped in my head. I know I mentioned it a lot, and I won't mention it again. I stream a lot on Twitch, and this is one of the things that I've been streaming a lot, just because it's a fun little kind of casual thing that doesn't take too long, but it's really cool to show off. This is a Kingdom Hearts II Randomizer. How does that work? I'll explain it, but let's at least get it started so I can start explaining things as we go. And just as a note, you're all great. Thank you for supporting us on the channel. I just want to say that because it's been a while, and y'all are great, so thank you. So you basically either play on beginner or critical, and I'm still a baby, so I haven't forced myself to learn critical yet, so we just play on beginner. Because this randomizer is more about just beating the game fast than it is about like doing everything, so we still will do hard fights way earlier level than we're supposed to, so it's still fun and challenging. All right, here we go. I normally have a timer, but we're not going to have a timer this time. We're just going to have fun. So, this is a modded version of Kingdom Hearts 2 for the PlayStation. The Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix for the PlayStation, which you're like, hey, that didn't come out in the States. You're correct. It is a Japanese mod, and then the English voices and subtitles have been modded in as well. So, start the game. This isn't how Kingdom Hearts 2 starts. I'm going to pick the staff. All this affects is your abilities and stuff you get during your level ups, which is important in this. But it's totally random, whatever you get. And I like having a slightly better magic if we can. So we're going to go there. So, you can see here, we're not in Simulated Twilight Town. We're in the Garden of Assemblage, and this is how the mod starts. Let me grab these 2 checks real quick. Whoa, that's really good. We got a Feather Charm, which I guess this would count as a Hollow Passion check. I'm gonna put that as a 1, but a question mark. I've never gotten an important check here. And we're gonna skip a lot of the cutscenes too. Spoilers. If you want a full playthrough, Dan Floyd has done a wonderful playthrough of all the Kingdom Hearts games on the channel. You probably already know that. That's why you're here. So yeah, as you can see, these are not the Organization 13 fights. These are normally the data fights, and you go in them and you fight the hard version of each of the 13 members of the organization. These are all the worlds of the game. You can see they each have a corresponding symbol. And then the back here is the 100-acre wood with like little honey on the door. It's very cute. And then down here, the neglected stepchild is Atlantica, which is turned off by default. So we won't be going to Atlantica. Sorry. No one wants to anyways. Sorry if you love Atlantica. I don't. So how this works. We have access to go anywhere. All the combat encounters and everything are still the appropriate level they would be normally in the game. So if I go to the world that never was right now, I'm going to be severely under level because I'm level 1. Oh, speaking of which, our Keyblade has a random ability, has draw, and it's a 7/7. That's actually very good. All the Kingdom abilities and stats, their strength and magic stats, have been randomized. So it can be any from 0 to 10. And the ability is anything. That's a really good starting Keyblade for us. Also, just seeing what they have. All of the worlds take all their treasure chest and their checks upon defeating a boss and stuff like that. They're all put in a pool. All the abilities Sora gets from leveling up. All Donald's abilities and Goofy's abilities. Everything's thrown in a pile and then redistributed out. So getting treasure chests, beating bosses, we still get checks from those, and those can be anything. We also have up to level 50 for Sora being potential important checks. What is an important check? Well, I'm glad you asked, viewer. I haven't done a recording in a while, can you tell? A important check is either magic, torn pages for 100 Acre Woods, any summons, which we just got the feather charm, which I think is Chicken Little, right? What else is a check? Oh, dry forms. Those are a check. There's also Ansem reports. Those are all checks, all 13 Ansem reports. The Ansem reports are really cool. There's basically, I have another window open here with just like a URL, and you plug in the seed generated for the mod, and then it generates the 13 hints for you. So say like we find Ansem report 1, and we write down that we found it in Agrabah. It'll say like, hey, Port Royal has 2 important checks or something like that. If it has a high number, and you're doing like a race version of this game, you want to go there first because, hey, that's a high percentage of important checks. The reason you want important checks is there are 3 items called proofs. They were added in the final mix version of the game. The proof of peace, non-existence, and proof of peace, proof of non-existence, and proof of connection, I think. I never remember them all. But those 3 things will let us go to fight the final boss of the game. So like once we go through the world that never was, beat all the bosses, we can finally fight Final Xemnas. There is an additional item called the Promise Charm in this game. If we find the Promise Charm, we can skip the world that never was. We can just come up to this terminal if we have all 3 proofs and the Promise Charm, hit it, and it's end game. So I've had seeds where I beat Kingdom Hearts 2 in 2 hours, and that's really fun, and stressful because you're usually pretty low level going into it. So that's the gist of it. Our level ups are important because we can get random things from that. Checking all our keyblades, checking magic and stuff. There's a lot of really fun things to do with it. So the way I usually start, I usually go to Disney Castle. So that's what we're gonna do. Hope you all are having a good day. I don't have a chat. It feels weird. I have a little notepad in front of me, which usually when I play this game, I do, just so I can write down where I found important checks. So for instance, if I find like 2 things in Disney Castle, I can mark that down, and then say later on in the run, I find a thing that says like, hey, Disney Castle has 3 important checks. I'm like, oh, I missed something there, you know? There's still something potentially there. I did something which we might regret here. And you have the option of turning off certain fights to make it easier on yourself. I decided not. So all the data fights, Lingering Will, that kind of stuff, they have checks. So they could have one of the proofs which we need to beat the game. So we potentially might need to fight some of those super bosses. I recently learned the cheese for how to beat Lingering Will. So maybe we get to do that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how the seed treats us. Also, I feel like I'm already missing it. Nope. Okay, I got it. It's been a week or 2 since I've, not actually more than a week or 2 now because of the holidays, but it's been a bit since I played. So we got a warm up, a little bit of a warm up. I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. Recording has me nervous. I don't know why. That's weird. Hope you all enjoy this. I know this is a weird thing, but I feel like my playthroughs are usually like showcasing something, you know, weird, some kind of mod or randomizer, you know, or challenge run. And this is one I've really enjoyed. I'm a little indifferent to the Kingdom Hearts series nowadays, but I will still swear by Kingdom Hearts 2 is such a good game. And I think like the most fun to actually play. All right, nothing important so far though. I got a few things that I'd like to equip, but I usually try to wait for a good time to menu, just so we're not like always going in our menu. There's also a version of this where you can randomize any force fight. Ooh, slapshot. Any force fight or any boss. It's still experimental, so it crashes a lot. So I was like, I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know why I did that. So yeah, I usually do this part early anyways because there's not really any fight, so there's no threat of anything. And it's slow regardless of the level you are because you have to escort Minnie. And there's a way you can push her. If you get Minnie up against the wall, you can like get behind her and move her yourself. But it's so finicky. And you might see something important like pop up in the top right when I do a level or something, and I might miss it entirely. My bad if I do. Usually you want to try to keep track of stuff like that, but sometimes things just don't appear on screen if you get too many level ups or too many checks happen at one time. We got Cure. That's an important check on Sora's heart. Okay, I'm gonna write that down.
This way. Let's go. This way. Let's go. This way. Let's go.
One of the things too about this run is because all your stats are randomized, because your level ups are random, you could have very, very low health for a long time because you never get a health increase, or just really low stats because they're all in your later levels. Because once you pass 50, there's not going to be any important, like abilities or no important checks. Like you won't get magic or anything like that, but you could still get like really good stat increases and stuff like that.
Let's go.
What other things can I talk about just to like help you guys understand? Oh, drive form levels have checks as well. None of those will be important. Drive forms can't be on other drive forms, just because of the way it'll like lock you out of stuff. Because to level up drive forms, you have to have more drive forms, so it would kind of lock you out of actually being able to get those. I think the rule is like however many drive forms you have, +2 is how high you can get the levels. Or maybe +1. You can tell I'm very experienced. Sorry for singing. The songs are so good. And also, there's going to be times, especially in Port Royal, where you're like, this doesn't sound right. It's because it's the PlayStation 2 version. They changed some music in the remastered versions. Our first fight.
What's that for?
This fight's really fun because it expects you to have area recovery. And if you don't, which we don't, you just kind of get juggled by him. as so. All right, 3 more checks, and then I'll probably leave this world. There's obviously more checks here to do, but they're more of like actual fights. Oh, answer report 13. That's an important check for Disney Castle, and as soon as I have a chance, I'll check to see what that says. All right, this was found in Disney Castle. Click to reveal. Disney Castle has 2 checks. Okay, so we got 1. So there is still something here. But we're gonna leave anyways because, again, I don't want to do these final fights. But we'll come back. Also, that keep in mind, Marluxia and Lingering Will count for Disney Castle. So those important checks could be on them as well. Before we go, let's check if we got anything. Sleeping Lion has Blizzard Boost and it's a 2-4. I don't think I've got really anything here. Nope. Draw. Hey, he had second chance. Sure. I don't use Cure because I don't like it. That's pretty much the only reason. Okay. Next, even though it's way higher level, I like to go to Pride Lands because you can do most of Pride Lands and it's a lot of checks really quick. There's just 1 fight you have to do. And we'll see how many times I die. Proof of connection. Well, I'm glad we came here. That is an important check and one of the 3 things we need to beat the game. You'll also see once Sora is human, Sora will have a crown on. The crowns are denoting the proofs for this mod. Very nice. That went really smooth. So those guys, if they do a combo on me right now, I would have just got 1 shot.
Definitely.
That felt good. Hey, look at me. Sometimes good at games, Jones. That's what they call me. Answer report 5. Hey, quick run. Mr. Shine. Quick run's great because I could show you guys a cool cheese strategy with Roxas. Okay, what proof was that? I think it was, I don't remember. We can look in Jiminy's journal. Five. Dan, paying attention, Jones. Where are we? We're in Pride Lands. Halloween Town has 2 checks. Okay. I feel like Halloween Town always is 2 checks. It's always 2. And it's usually pretty quick. I feel like I never have to dip too far into Halloween Town. Watch this be the one. It'll be on like Vexen. Alright, there's 3 chests here. AP boost. Ooh, Thunder. Another important check, and actually good magic. Thank you. Thank you, game. 3 important checks for Pride Land so far. Also, shout out to J Hobbs. I learned about this mod through them, and we've been doing some like co-op races and stuff with it, and it's really fun. It's this randomizer I've found is really fun to do races with people or just co-ops with, because it's not too time consuming, like I said, and It's just fun to play. Like it feels good to go fast. There's like a high skill cap. And I'm still new to it. So if you want to see huge plays, check some other folks out. Highly recommend. I found a lot of great streamers. They're watching this. Answer before 9. Man, a lot of checks and prime lanes. All right, what does that say? That says the world that never was has 2 checks. Not that many. That chest always kills me. Every time I'm like, I think I have a consistent way to get this check. And then I die. Hey, we got glide though. That's good. So a few more checks, then we can leave. And then pretty much the only things left here are rewards for like defeating Scar, and then on the second visit defeating the that big turtle thing. I can't remember its name. Then we talk to Simba. Simba. What did you have? A power shard. Thank you, Simba. Alright, we leave. Goodbye, Simba. I'll cherish our moments together forever. Who is that? Four important checks for Prylands. I feel like that's pretty good. There's a lot of checks there, obviously. But it still is surprising when you get... Whoa! 910! That's jackpot, which I don't really care about, but 910. Holy smokes, chat. Yeah, it's hard to not pick that. Alright, customize. Thunder is there. Perfect. So yeah, see, Sora has a little crown. Okay. I like to save Beast Castle for when we have Wisdom Form, just because right off the bat there's so many Heartless, and it's a forced, like, timed fight. Unless you almost die, then it kicks you out. So now I like to do something that's called the shotgun approach. You just dip into each world, grab a few of the early chests, and then leave. See, just trying to find some more reports, have some more guidance, because World That Never Was only have two checks, and Halloween Town only has 2 checks. So those aren't like, you know, if we get something that says like there's 5 checks or 10 checks somewhere, we want to go explore there. But right now it's, you know, everything's pretty. Hey, Blizzard. See, that's nice. There's an ant on my notepad. How dare. Don't do title screen, because I don't save for this, so that would kill the run. All right, let's dip into Halloween Town. There's a few here. There's also a forced fight, but I can just lose it. And it's not too bad if we just lose that fight. I'm so weirded out how nervous I am. Cause like I still record with Dan usually like every week, and I guess that's just more of like me and Dan hanging out. But I'm so nervous. I want to entertain you all. All right. I guess I might as well fight. Yo, Jack's magic is so cool. I just want Jack's magic. Like that's the change I want to Kingdom Hearts. Let me play as Jack Skellington. I recently played a Banjo-Kazooie Christmas mod, and it had you going through the Nightmare Before Christmas, but with the sound font for Banjo-Kazooie, it was very charming. Maybe I just haven't drank enough of my coffee. Maybe that's why I'm nervous. Maybe we should have some coffee. Let's have some coffee. It's good coffee. How is Santa Claus supposed to relax? Hmm? Hmm? I don't know. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, explosion. Very nice. I might put that in negative combo on. And a membership card. Very important. It's not. It does nothing for us yet. Yeah, all those little checks are pretty much worthless. Like Auron statue and stuff like that. There is one, I think the Hercules medal or the Olympus stone, whatever it's called. It'll actually let you use drive form in Olympus Coliseum. But I think all the rest, like the decoy presents and stuff like that, they're unimportant checks. I hate these present lads. I think we have decent stats right now. I would really like I would really like a magic a money pouch. Because then I can buy some ethers, because I have learned the ways of using ethers instead of like healing and stuff like that. There's a few times we want to actually use the MP recharge, mainly for like using Berserk. Yep. You're great. Oh yeah, I forgot this thing exists. I got this. Let me be actually a put on something that can help here. Granted, our Keyblade is really nice, so that's probably where all our stats are coming from right now. There we go. First try, right? Thank you, Donald. Oh, Donald. What are we gonna do with you, Donald? Master form. Hey, there's one of our important checks. See if we get lucky and get it early. We can mark this world off and never come back if it's in this house. Are you gonna play nice? Are you gonna play nice? No. Okay. Well, we'll have to come back here. A 1-2. Let's see. Anything good on Master? Sure. Yeah, let's look at our stats. Let's see what we're doing. 1826 magic, and we're only level 14. That's pretty good. It's a pretty nice magic stat right off the bat. All right. What do I do now? We can get the first 7 here. Those are quick checks. Olympus Coliseum has become my least favorite world. I don't know why. It's sluggish. There's a lot of slow forced fights. I don't know why. I always dread coming here. I do have quick run, so I could show you guys the fun Roxas cheese. Because basically when you go to the world that never was in the final mix version, there is a Roxas fight right after the first screen of the area. That is normally like a very hard fight, kind of gatekeep you. I'm doing it too early. But when you got cheese, delicious cheese strats, it's not an issue. Book of Shadows. Those are just recipes to craft stuff. They don't really do anything for us. Along with all these crafting materials. Most of your checks are going to be crafting materials. Okay, nothing in Coliseum's early checks. Also, real quick, I'm gonna check what we got in Halloween Town. Because maybe we did get 2 and I might have just not been paying attention. World... Nope, okay. There's still 1 check there. But it is either off a fight or off a fight. Space Paranoids has a bunch. There's also a really cool strat in Space Paranoids. You save for leveling up. But we'll save that for 1, when we need to do some grinding, and 2, once we have another experience boost. Because since we're playing on beginner, we have experience boost naturally. But getting another one helps. And kind of power level yourself. It's real handy. Spooky cave. Auto final. So the auto master or the auto forms don't count as an important check. It'll let us go into final, but it's still, I hate doing it because you have to be at low health and it has to pop up as a triangle activated ability. And then I don't know if it actually counts for I don't think you can level up it's considered you have that ability or that form. So I don't know if you can actually get its levels influence other forms levels. I'd have to actually research or look into that. Find the real parts. It's right here. Donald's my real part. Donald's my real friend. I did it. I found the real part. Also, this is the best world in all of Kingdom Hearts. You can think it's something else, but you'd be wrong. It's just fact. It's just fact. When you Google best world in Kingdom Hearts, now I'm curious what actually pops up. All right. Port Royal. We do have some magic, so we could do maybe town. All the town checks. There's 3 here in the first room. Hey, there it is. The Olympus Stone. Yeah, let's do the town. There's 4 checks in the town. Where are you taking me? Wait, wrong cutscene. Hang on. Give me like 20 seconds. So these fights, it's either, I think, the amount of damage you take, the amount of time, or the amount of hits you get on them, even though, you can't do anything to them right now. The speed tech, if you just hit them a lot. It also helps if you don't die. Very, very good. Okay, now where are you taking me?
Where are you
There it is. I don't know why that cutscene stands out to me. I think it's the moment you're realizing, oh, this is how this world looks. Man, area recovery would be really nice. So one thing with the Keyblades having randomized abilities, you can sometimes have abilities you want locked on a Keyblade in the randomizer. So aerial recovery might be on a Keyblade. So there's also abilities once more and second chance. Those are both counted as important checks because those are very good abilities. Torn pages, hey, important check. There you go. Mark that down. That also means I'm gonna go check out Winnie the Pooh because I usually try to save it until we at least have one. Oh, and another. I usually save it until we have at least one torn page because that's 6 checks really quick. Did I actually get them all? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm William Turner. And this is Donna's Drive-Ins and Dives. Don't ask. Don't ask. I don't know. I can't answer what that was. Has there been a Diners, Dive-Ins and Drives crossover with Ratatouille? That needs to happen. All right. Pooh Bear, what you got for me? Y'all remember my really good Winnie the Pooh impression? I'm not gonna do it. Nope. You just have to remember. Goodbye, Pooh Bear. You had nothing important at your house. Thanks for nothing. See what Rabbit's got? I think this. No, this is Piglet. What did it here? There's a lot of cursed moments in my streams when we come to Winnie the Pooh. Just leave it as that. I'll leave it at that. Good coffee. I just woke up. Is that apparent that I am not quite awake yet? Okay. Let's go to Hollow Bastion. Looking at what we got. Probably do. I like to save Twilight Town till maybe we have Final Form. We do have Auto Final. But again, I hate it. Darn. Okay, I'm gonna do some quick menuing stuff. I might as well throw that on. I don't want that on. Actually, I'll leave one of these as a high potion. Might as well throw that on. Man, we're not getting any gear. Okay. How do I like this? I like square. This is my ethers. So X and circle are reversed in the Japanese version. So this X is technically circle, which I'm going to put as Blizzard. And I'm also going to put this as Blizzard. I don't want Cure on. I don't like losing all my MP. There's a few times we'll use it, but I'll usually just menu for it. I hate accidentally using Cure. These nobodies are somebody to me. Hey, Yuffie. Ends report 10 in Hollow Bastion. Twilight Town has 5 checks. That's really good. Cosmic Ring. Oh. So it might be time to dip into Twilight Town. Would have liked to have a Final Form for it, but that's okay. We can always level up Final Form later. My brain defaults to like the quickest areas to level up drive forms, just because of how many times I've done races of this game. And important checks are always on drive forms. Like I always get a seed where it's like all your proofs and all your magic and everything you want are on drive forms, and I hate leveling them, so I'm just used to it. No, stop. Didn't mean to do that. Dan incorrectly used an ether? That never happens. It happens a lot. Yeah, if you were lost in the plot before Kingdom Hearts, this is not going to help you. I'm just skipping all the important scenes. Who are all these characters? I thought this was a Disney game. Why is Final Fantasy here? Mr. Final Fantasy? That was only one check. Man, Hollow Bastion is usually loaded. Granted, there's a lot of checks because the whole Garden of Assemblage stuff is all counted in Hollow Bastion, including, I think, the summon we got. I have that still down as a question mark, so technically I think we've gotten 2 checks here. Before we do go to Twilight Town, I'm gonna check Agrabah because there's a lot of early checks in Agrabah. And maybe I'll get lucky and find Final. Nice. Got Master to 3. I have multipliers on our level ups for the forms because they just take a long time. Master is the fastest one to level usually anyways. But like Valor is super slow, so I think I have like a ×5 multiplier on Valor. The rest of them aren't bad. But again, if it's just the seed I'm doing, for me, I usually bump up the XP multipliers on them. Because, I don't know, it's slow and not interesting. Boy, do I want to level up my forms. That's what I wake up in the day. Answer report 4. Reading answer report 4, eating some breakfast. Going to level up my drive forms. Space Paranoids is heartless. Okay, so that means Tron has nothing for us. How could he? How could he, chat? And yeah, if you want to try this for yourself, just Google Kingdom Hearts II Randomizer. I use the Crazy Cat edition of the mod. It's a little frustrating to set up, but once you have it down, it's really easy to like generate a new seed if you want to do a new run or anything like that. And it's being worked on pretty constantly because it's a currently a popular randomizer. So little updates come every now and then. Like a recent update, at least that I got, was it changes all the big chests. You know how the big chests normally have like a animation of Sora, like the camera changes and he does like a bigger animation to open the stuff. That all got like removed, and they're just all little checks now.
Let's go.
So just a little faster. Alright, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. No, no, no. Don't die. And 5. And then there's 2 checks here. And look at that, we got our drive form back. Beautiful. You love to see it. Let me heal up so we don't get one shot. All right, I want you all to pay attention here. It's very important. Look at that zipper. It's not a good zipper. I don't like the idea of how Pete's pants work. Big, not a fan of that. Like, how's he put them on? This is a cursed conversation. I'm gonna stop. Fire. All right, so there's just 2 things in Agrabah, really. This dang minigame. It's not even like a bad minigame. I just hate it. Dang monkey. Yeah, it's not bad. Ooh, Fantasia. Just like, why don't we take it? What? I want to put the crystal in, monkey. Abo! 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 What's he sound like? I just remember that, like, it's like a scratchy version of Diddy. I don't know if that makes sense. Also, that world over there, the X, that's simulated Twilight Town, which is frustrating to do because obviously you can still have important checks there because it's one of the worlds. But when we go there, you have to do the whole intro bit of the game with Roxas. There's some fun stuff to show off there, but yeah, unfortunately, you have to do it all in one sitting. You can't exit to the world map while you're doing it. So let's do Twilight Town. We got 5 important checks in Twilight Town. And very good music. It's always nice coming here too once you have like a bit of movement because there's just so much running around. Especially on the first visit, because you can like backtrack a little and go and get the like the rest of the checks here, even though like it's like this will take you to the hideout. You can go back and do the other checks instead of heading straight to the train. Hainer, Pence, Olette. We gave, someone in my chat was like giving them nicknames, and I think it was like Haints, or it was like Hank, Paul, and Olivia. You know, our friends. No, not enough high jump for that. This is one of the, I remember when Kingdom Hearts 2 first came out. It was one of the few games on my list of games that made me cry. That dang ending cutscene. It got me. It got me, chat. I think we can even get the forest checks. Yeah, the list of games that have made me cry is definitely growing. I feel I'm a more sensitive person as an adult. That, or I don't think I got like really engaged with stories when I was younger, at least to the degree I do as an adult. You know, and kind of connect a little more. Like Metal Gear 3 and 4, I think, win for games that made me just absolutely bawl. I remember when Metal Gear 4 came out, and I didn't have a PS3, but some friends did. So I was like, hey, can I just crash on your couch for like a few days and play Metal Gear Solid 4? And they're like, sure. And like, they'd be waking up to go to work and I'd still be playing. And I'm just bawling, sitting on the couch. And they're like, you okay, Dan? I'm like, yeah, it's great. Yeah, everything's fine. I just went master for fun here, because you can level up final here, because final levels up on the number of nobodies you kill. But since this is a like forced time fight, you can either A, die or get your health low enough and then it'll auto skip the cutscene, or B, just wait the timer out. So it's just kind of fun to just kill some nobodies, as you do. The animation on nobodies still like impresses me, and the fact this is a PS2 game, it's so good. Like, they're so interesting to watch. It's like these animators knew what they were doing. Well, no important checks yet. That's surprising. I don't think we have any. Have we had any? Hang on. Have I just not been paying attention? That is a very me move, not paying attention, but I don't think we have. Horizontal slash is really good, but it's not an important check. Yeah, we haven't gotten anything. I am going to turn that on though, and flash step. Aerial dodge. Okay, we like the combo boost because it just makes more damage. The pluses we don't really care or want. Negative combo is good for a cheese strat. Also, I do have fire now, which I'm gonna throw fire on what would normally be X. Okay, yeah. Just making sure. There's 3 checks here real quick. Ether! Ether! 2 back to back. I always think of Ike. Hey, torn page is our first important check here. 1 of 5.
Yeah.
What do you guys say, Donald? Get on. Get on then. Oh, I'm gonna watch this cutscene. I like this cutscene.
Bye.
Hey, Sora? You sure we haven't met before?
Positive. Why do you ask?
I don't know.
him cry. It's a good moment. It's a good moment. It gets me a little choked up. Even just not even paying attention to the story. I remember that moment. When Kingdom Hearts is good, it's good. That's what we love. You love to see it. Dan has an excellent point in his recap of like what we love about Kingdom Hearts is not the plot that makes no sense. It's the moments like that. And I think that's a really good way of looking at what is so appealing about the Kingdom Hearts games, especially I think the more they go on, because it feels like the overall plot is kind of getting away from them, but it still has those really charming, wonderful moments. I was kind of not a happy camper about Kingdom Hearts 3. There's wonderful moments in Kingdom Hearts 3, but in terms of furthering the plot, they did not do much. And that frustrated me after waiting, what, like, how many years was it? Also, that's another important check for Twilight Town. I wrote it in the wrong category. Sorry. There's Goofy talking about boiling water again. Or do you think he has a boil? Ooh, I like that less. His boil's acted up. Boil! Do you think we're ever like? I guess I don't know if you know, Donald and Goofy are gonna have like any part in the next Kingdom Hearts games, but I always wanted them to do something with Max. You know, at least like reference it. I wonder if like there's some different level of like copyright owning with like Goofy's characters. I don't know. I don't know how things work. Because, like, you know, they got Daisy and Minnie and, you know, they showed off the chipmunks and stuff like that. Why not have Max there? Maybe they don't want to, like, portray Goofy as, like, a father who's abandoning his son to go fight a dimensional war. I don't know. Real talk, Goofy movie's the best Disney movie, okay? That's fact. Hey! 3 important checks and Thundara. That's good.
Well, look who's...
Just 8 more cutscenes and then we can leave. I love how many times it's like, I just want to leave this room, please. Cutscene, stop. Okay, I think this is a good first episode. But you know what? I think we could do better. I think we can do something for fun here, chat. Let's do some cheese. You guys like cheese? I don't know what is with my audition lately, but it is like Adobe Audition. It just acts up. I hope this audio is okay. If you're hearing this, it's okay. If not, no one will ever see this playthrough. Ooh, I don't have reflect. That's okay. We don't need reflect. Just a nice little extra bit of damage. Ooh, magnet. Wow, there's actually one of the checks. There's only 2 checks in the world that never was. I'm gonna be so sad if it's here. Okay, cool. So we do still have to do something here, potentially. All right. So we're very low level. This fight would destroy us. He has a lot of health. He does a lot of damage. We don't have much, right? One, 2, 3. So, how was your day? So we don't have scan. So we're just gonna do this for 2 minutes. So yeah, basically the way you do that is you dodge the first few attacks from him. You set up for that reaction. Do 1 combo on him, push him up against this wall, and then you need to have quick run to have this ability. I'm just spamming. I'm holding like slightly left on the joystick, and I'm just spamming quick run square. And on normal difficulties, you do this for 2 minutes, and then you need to do a finisher on him. On critical, you need to do this for 5 minutes, I believe, if you don't have scan. It's a very, heartfelt moment, fighting your literal inner self. Well, I guess technically not yourself, your other inner self, your second inner self. All right, I think we're coming up on almost 2 minutes. I'm gonna go a little extra just to be safe here, because I just want to make sure I don't mess it up. Look who messed it up. I messed it up. I should have kept going that extra time, but I did it. Phew! If he hit us, we would have just died. Well.
Who are you?
Who are you? It's Riku. There's our second proof and the second important check for World That Never Was. So we're done with the World That Never Was. Wow, what a way to end this first episode. Thank you guys so much. We'll probably wrap this up next episode if we can keep up this pace. It's happy to be back. I'm happy to be back. Love y'all, and thank you so much. See you next episode.